So one of my current gifts is I know how to strategically find more small to mid-level podcasts to speak on than you know what to do with that will all have your perfect audience. And that's a pretty cool gift, right? I'm a systems guy. Man, I know how to, once I figure out how to find that thing. So in mortgages, when it was how to find, someone who needs to refi, when I figure out that data source, that the search parameters, and then and I build a little system around it, it's super easy. So it is a superpower I have. And somebody just asked me, I got a referral text, hey, I need help finding small to mid-sized podcasts to speak on because I want to get the word out on my newsletter. Can you help me? Well, guess what? Yes, I can, but always be closing. Always be closing. This person wants to know how to do it now, but if you listen to my ABC or ABQ, always be qualifying episodes, you will know that we got to start asking key questions. And that's what this episode is all about. A live ABC or real-time ABC moment. Listen in, super fun. You know when someone is selling from stage and at the end the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Misha Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy. Okay, so my son Waylon is networked with a bunch of 20-year-olds-ish, plus or minus a couple of years, funnel hackers. Eileen Wilder's kids. There's this lady, Beth Pagnetti or something like that, but Beth is not nearly as outward customer facing as Eileen Wilder is. If you're in the funnel hacking space, you know who Eileen Wilder are, or a lot of these, they're public speaking all the time. So I could name some more people, but they're escaping me right now. But Beth, she does dog grooming. So she has a big dog grooming business, and she utilizes funnels for her dog grooming business, right? And she's got physical locations and courses and all kinds of stuff. But and she's in our ecosystem, but Waylon is a friend with her son. And so her son is building out, he's so smart. This kid is so smart. And he's, I think he's 18-ish, but building out a newsletter. And it's a great concept, great idea. And Waylon was telling him, hey, my dad's built this community, this family, this meeting place of heart-centered entrepreneurs who want to get their message to market in a big way, and take them on an influence tour, starting with podcasts. Get on 50 podcasts in 100 days, and so his buddy just reached out to me over the past couple of days. Waylon, he's like, hey, Dad, I think my friend, he said, hey, a buddy of mine, him, wants to know if you can help him with this, with getting on small to mid-sized podcasts to get his word out. And so I get a text, and so I'm thinking immediately, I'm like, okay, do I want to bring him into the fold of the influence army, or do I just want to do a quick friendly, like a Zoom call or make a Loom for him and just be like, hey, here's how here's how I do it. Here's the secrets, and you know, and and coincidentally, I'm teaching next week to my community, the Influence Army community, how to do this exact thing, how to do your searches, how to end up with more small to mid-sized podcasts and big ones too, that have your perfect audience that you can serve in a big way, and how to find them quick. And once you get over a quick little hump, man, you've got so many audiences to speak to. It's rather amazing. And so I was literally, I didn't respond right away. How am I trying to say this? It's kind of happening live, but I started asking him questions in the text. That's what I did. So I thought, all right, where is he in his process? And is he even at a point where searching for podcasts is going to be useful, right? Because I was like, perhaps this guy, his friend, needs to just be in the community because there's a bunch more to offer him. And actually, the community would serve. It would serve him to be in it, and I could help him more than just how to find your podcasts to speak on, right? And so I think so often what we do as entrepreneurs, especially if we're newish, or as salespeople, especially if we're newish, is we just give the answer right away. We just say, yeah, sure, here you go, I'll help. And then you find out your offer was premature, or it wasn't a good fit anyway, or we kind of just wasted everybody's time to a certain extent, right? And basically, I'm here to serve, I'm here to help, but I've got to make sure that I'm not diluting my time from my community, that I'm like, they're number one. That's my wife, that's my girlfriend. The Influence Army community, that is my main relationship. And so how do we confirm that, this is what I was meditating on. So I was like, all right, how can I serve everybody the best? And so I realized, hey, you know what? Let me start asking them some key questions. And so I said, hey, hey, friend, so good to hear from you. It's funny, I was just going to teach that exact thing into my community next week. Real quick, what's your letter about? Can I check it out? Opt in, and congratulations, right? That's key information I need to know. And then he says, hey, so pretty much my newsletter takes the best personal development and business books and summaries, then and turns them into 10 to 20 minute reads for busy entrepreneurs. And he sent me the link. You can check it out. It's like, awesome, great. What a great idea, right? I love this. So he also said, that's why I feel like podcasts would be a really good way to promote to his audience. He believes that his audience, that he says his audience is entrepreneurs. So I said, I love it. Great idea. Super smart. I subscribed. Can you ping me one of your recent newsletters? Or are you going to make me wait till your next release? And he says, I literally just launched this week, so I have a newsletter almost ready to go, but I haven't even sent my first one out yet. So it's like, oh my gosh, he's so at the beginning of his process of great idea. He's very far in, but as far as like the launch process, he literally just launched. That's like, he would be a good fit for my Influence Army community. Some of the foundational work that we do in the Influence Army community is we start getting your stories in line. We start building your headline, your call out your audience headline. We start doing this foundational work so that when you go on tour and you start calling out audiences, you're ready. And perhaps it would serve him. He might have all of that. I don't mean to imply that he doesn't, but I'm like, oh, you know what? It might be a good fit for him to be in the Influence Army, and maybe I should invite him into the next time I open the doors, because that would be a win-win for everybody. He's a really smart guy, smart kid. I say kid because I'm 54 and he's 18 or 19. But that you know what, he would be a good fit, and I don't think it serves us to do a one-off call where I'm just teaching him individually how to go on a whole bunch of podcasts when he's not quite right there yet. He's got a few more things he needs to do foundationally, in my humble opinion, with the little bit I know. So what I'll probably do is invite him on in. And actually, he's super nice. And if he doesn't want to join, I'll hook him up anyway and give him a little teaching. But or maybe I'll give him a one-off entry into the class when I teach it. But I don't know. I guess my point is, this is like always be closing part 3 of the episode, or part 2, however many episodes I turned it into. But I wanted to show you, the thought process of that. Instead of just saying, yes, I'll help you, let's set up a time. It's like, well, wait, let me ask you some questions, and then maybe we'll set up a time, or then maybe I'll actually just invite you into the Influence Army. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And, if my next door opening is a month away, and he's like, I can't wait, I need to know now, I can say, well, that's all right, get after it, and report back to me in a month, or I'll let you know when I'm opening the doors. Perhaps he's tried it on his own, or he has been trying it on his own, and so he's super frustrated and even more excited to jump in to the Influence Army. But I think I've got so much to offer him and help him with that it'll be a natural, really good fit. Anyhow, so the next obvious question is, that's a great process that I just did one-to-one with somebody, and we'll see what happens. But I want my funnels and my website pages, landing pages, email sequences to do the same thing. Guide the person through that process. Always be closing, always be qualifying, so that they self-select in or out as you guide them through the process. And when they get to the end of the email sequence, for example, the only next obvious option is to say, yes, I'm in. And that's kind of where I'm going with my friend here, that I'm texting back and forth, Waylon's friend. But anyway, there you go. That's what we're trying to do. That's always be closing, always be qualifying, a live, real-time example. Enjoy your day and jump on the Influence Army waitlist. Go to influencearmy.com/waitlist. Again, influencearmy.com/waitlist. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.